So, District Attorney, let's begin first with how are you feeling this morning?
I am feeling well. I'm feeling very lucky, and I want to thank all the nurses and the doctors and all the teachers really that are on the front lines. You know, my 2 children are learning from home like everyone else's children right now. And it's been quite a feat for the whole city, and we have stood together, and I'm very proud of the city right now.
So how did you figure out that you were feeling symptoms? For people who are at home who are saying, okay, I'm feeling certain things right now, what were you feeling and how did you get tested?
Well, we had a pretty small circle that was going to the office. You know, we saw this coming weeks ago, and we started doing video conferencing for a lot of our meetings. The courthouses are now up and running. The criminal court, the Supreme Court, we actually did an appellate division argument on Skype at the Queens District Attorney's Office. So we saw this coming a while ago. And so I had a small circle of folks that I had face-to-face contact with. So when I found out that I was exposed, started feeling ill about 2 or 3 days later, I'd say, maybe 3 days later, went to the doctor and clearly I got tested. I was quite surprised, Dan, that the test didn't come back for 6 days.
Wow.
So during that whole time, I was quarantined with my family, with my children. And luckily, you know, we're coming out the other side. Not many people, not everyone is that lucky right now. And so my heart goes out to those who are still suffering with this disease, those that are quarantined and alone. There are a lot of services out there, and people should know that.
So would you say you had mild symptoms?
I had mild symptoms. You know, I had symptoms enough that I knew I had it, with a fever and a slight cough, but other people have much worse. But I got tested and it came out positive a week later. So I'd already gone through a week of quarantining.
Was it difficult for you? Was it difficult for you to get that test? Because we're hearing from people right now who are saying, man, I cannot get a test.
Right. We couldn't get a test. I couldn't get a test either until I was symptomatic and until that I had shown I had been exposed. And so I was lucky enough to be able to get one. But either way, I knew that I had it because I had been exposed to it. And, you know, look, this is a time where the city is quarantined, and I feel for all those folks that are out there. At my work, you know, we are very lucky, but we're also in a position where the Queens DA's office just simply can't shut down.
Right.
We have to be operating. We have 700 people. We have 320 lawyers, and we are operating either from office space on video or we're operating from homes with our computers. But the system is working.
It's what so many people are doing. I want to switch and talk about the criminal justice system as a whole right now. What we're seeing play out at Rikers Island. Inmates, correction officers, a correction employee passing away from the virus. Oh, hello. There's a kitten there. It's live television, you know.
Hi.
So good morning. So to the cat. So let's talk first about what's happening at Rikers Island right now and your thoughts on the release of inmates, and does more need to be done to keep everybody safe there?
Yeah, it is a remarkable time in criminal justice. Right when we're starting reform and right when we're trying to get equity back in the system, we're hit with a pandemic. And we are working with the mayor's office every single day. We're doing conference calls with MOCJ, with the Office of Court Administration, with all of the other district attorneys and all the defense bar, trying to figure out exactly how the court system is going to work. And with that, we've gone through many, many lists of people at Rikers Island, especially those that are city sentenced that only had a week or 2 left, that maybe had a month left on their sentence, mostly for misdemeanors. And we spent the first few days, I would say it's now about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, going through the list and seeing who could be released for the interest of health, in the interest of justice, to release immediately so that they could have their health concerns dealt with, and also so that people were not on top of each other at Rikers Island. On the first day or 2, we released actually 30 people, went to court with the defense bar and just had them released. And we're going through an ongoing system now with the mayor's office.
All right, we only have 10 seconds left. Do you think enough's being done to protect the correction officers?
I think more needs to be done to protect correction officers. I think more needs to be done to protect everyone at Rikers Island. You know, it is a system, we are a city where you should be able to have an incarceration process where your health is protected. And I think that we are trying to do more for that now.
Absolutely. Okay, DA Katz, I'm glad you are feeling better and that your family is staying safe. Thank you for joining us this morning and shedding some light on what your symptoms were for everybody else at home who's wondering, do I have this? Do I not? How do I get tested? Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.